Hey everybody, thanks for joining me again. So tonight, another bloom. I saw this color scheme, sort of, from a Facebook group. So I'm kind of doing this a little bit quick version. So turquoise was my first color, followed by, oof, I believe that is Sapphire on Ice by ColourArt. Past that, this would be I believe that's Arteza Sky Blue. Um, so in a way, it's kind of the color scheme I saw, but in a way, it's not. I made it my own, right? But some other colors that I'll be using are, let me see here. It will be TLP Sapphire, TLP the interference green color. I forget the name of that one, but I'll be using that with Amsterdam's Oxide Black as my cell activator. So the color I'm using right now, that's Sapphire, um, followed by the interference color, and then I come in, you know me, I like to drizzle my colors on there, so I'm going to do that for the most part, and beforehand I'm only going to use the TLP Indigo Waves uh, one time. So, and that's going to be basically my last color. So for that, whenever the first color you put on and the last color that you put on, you're going to see that one pretty much the most. Unless you just do something funky with the blowout or, something to that effect. But majority of the time, those are going to be the two colors that you see the most. And the colors that are sandwiched in between give you those cells, like peacock cells if you get those, or just other cool looking cells, right? So I will be using my blow dryer with this one, and this is actually on a 12-inch wood panel. I will say this, I did another like canvas not too long ago, and honestly, I can see why everybody says just to use the wood with this instead of the canvases, because for the sheer fact of the weight of the base paint, like after you do your pour and everything. So even though your surface may be level, depending on the canvas, if it dips a little bit, like in the center, due to the weight, well, your cells are going to get screwed up. And so that kind of happened to one of mine that I'll be releasing later on. So there you go. Basically what I'm doing right now is, so I poured my cell activator down. I'm blowing it out to get a bigger puddle of it like that before I blow with the hair dryer. Um, Funny enough, this is probably one of my better, I would say, one of my better blowouts with the blow dryer, but it is what it is. And essentially with this, after all this, I went down there and I blew on the puddles to try to break the cells up. And here's a close-up before I spun it out. If my camera will focus in just a second. There we go. But yes, after I blow it out with the blow dryer, you gotta let it sit there for a little bit, let the cells form. Or if you think you see too much of your cell activator in a puddle, well, blow on it a little bit. I mean, you want the cells, so that's what you got to do. Um, as far as the composition, the bottom left-hand side, I really wish there were some more cells there, but not much I can do with that. And right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stretch it back to maybe kind of center, trying to move it before I spin it, and then I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna get, I'm gonna cover my sides and cover the rest of my edges, or not my edges, but the surface. That way it will just glide off a little bit better. And another thing with me, or with weather, like I cut out all of it, but basically my base paint had started drying and it left like a little bit of a ring around where it was at. So I had to use my fingernail or whatever and scrape that off, because if I didn't, that was going to leave some circular type ring around after it dried. So that's what I was doing there. And so I didn't really cover everything out before I spun it, just to stretch out some of it. And so here we are. We're going to finish doing that. and I'll get to spinning again. Again, you don't really have to, you know, torque the spinning. I mean, if you have enough paint on there, just an easy spin, it should stretch it out, and it shouldn't overstretch or, you know, kind of mess up your cells, because spinning too much can cause that as well. On the other hand, I'm really liking how this is turning out, and you know, I will get you down for a closer look after all this is done and let you see like the interference color and Indigo Waves, which has like a green interference with it. It's very, very pretty, so really happy with that. And again, right now I'm just trying to get my sides, because once you spin it off, if you don't have your sides, it kind of clunks up, and you know, the sides don't look as pretty as they could be. So this is what I'm doing with this. Again, this was lunch break from work, so I'm still wearing my work clothes. Normally this is not my painting clothes, but I try to be as neat as possible when it comes to, I don't want paint on me. So I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, see there, that center part, that green you're seeing right there, that's Indigo Waves by TLP. It's very, very vibrant color. So very happy with that. And speaking of my last video, which I'll link it up there, I have gone back with some of the Color to Go paints to just test them out as far as cell activators. I've tried Tricorn Black, I've tried the Extra White, and I tried Anchors Away. All three of them worked. They are obviously a lot better if you swipe with them. I've even thinned down the black, Tricorn Black, with US Floetrol. Still celled up just fine, but again, works so much better with swiping versus the blowouts. So if swipe's your jam and you want to go for a cheap, there's your double whammy: base paint and a cell activator. So there's you a close-up of this. Again, this was just a short video tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I would appreciate that so much. And to all the new subscribers, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And I'm gonna bring you in for like a different. I mean, look at all these tiny cells. Normally it's a little bit different, but all right. And then here's you like a different angle coming down, so you can see that Indigo Waves. So yeah, in the center part. So pretty. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.